Purnamaste, Purnamaste, and everybody welcome to the art of the word that I am. I'm to flow like a river from the heart. I always do this. If not, I stop. I find the path of least resistance and I flow on like a river. So welcome to the art of the word that I am. Much love to you, flowing to you like a river. I actually wanted to do another video, and that video actually felt right yesterday, according to my feeling, to what I should do. And I just don't feel like doing it today. There's some resistance in me. Doesn't feel right anymore. Yesterday did. So, what should I do? I said to myself, I'ma go with the flow. And I'ma speak to you about the flow. To be in the flow. To live in the flow. To flow like a river. Well, if you want to live in a flow, if you want to live in a flow, you're free of karma. Because you avoid bad karma. To live in a flow is very simple. It's actually very simple. You flow like, you just be like water, my love. You be like water, like a river. You flow like a river, the flow of river. And wherever river is flowing, wherever there is resistance from environment, opposition, resistance, where there should be force, control, river just flows on the path of least resistance. And if it's the way the river flows from the heart and on the path of no resistance, if there's resistance in the river and if there's resistance in the environment, river doesn't force, push and control the environment. Water just flows, water finds the way, and the way that water flows and the way that water finds is the way of least resistance, the path of no resistance. So to be in a flow, to live in a flow, you have to live in this way, that you always flow like a river, that you always flow like a river from the heart. You never go against your heart. You never break your flow. And wherever there's resistance in others or in you, you stop. You don't control. You don't force. You don't apply force. You don't push things to happen. Example, if you want something from someone and they say no, they offered resistance, it was no. You don't start, but I only wanted this, but what if, but this is offering resistance, this is trying to control, this is trying to force. And the river of the heart of another is not flowing, there is resistance in another. And then we want to control, then we want to push, then we want to make it happen. The mind resists, and more the mind resists. And whether is this what we want from other persons, or it is our manifestation that we want. If we offer resistance, if we want to control, if we want to push, we get only the resistance of the mind, and that's bad karma. And you can end up blaming somebody else for not giving you what you expect, or blaming the universe for not receiving what you expected, because there's resistance. And you just want to force and control. But when you are on a path of no resistance, if there's resistance in another, you just flow away. You flow away on the path of no resistance as you can in the best way. You say, okay, you don't control things. then also you don't control energy of others. You don't consume their energy. You don't control them. So that then you would get karma and they would control you. You free yourself of karma. You go on a path of least resistance, like a river goes left. And when rivers goes left, it flows nearby of just that rock that it resists. And just by a river flowing by, the shore is getting bigger. The shore is transformed just by a river flowing away by no resistance. The same way when you walk away from somebody and you say, I respect you, okay, you don't have to do it, and you walk away, you offer the path of least resistance, you may find on the next curse, on the next, not curse, curve, on the next curve, you may find just somebody who is to do with pleasure just that what you're seeking. Or the one that with on the path of least resistance, you just float away from him. The one is to come and offer the same thing to you, because they will see you and want to control them, and they actually would maybe feel, I want to do this, and they would come. It's many times in relationships like this. You want to control. You want to force, to get that love from them, to make them love you like they loved you 3 days ago. But the love is gone. And you try to control, you try to force, and more you try to force, more resistance, more darkness, more coldness you get. It freezes resistance. And then you suffer. You blame them, you're being a victim. You are crying for love. And many times, if you just flow away on the path of least resistance, you let the river of your heart heal you. And the one that you just given no resistance, because they are giving you no love. They are not flowing to you like your heart wants to flow to them. And attachment is root cause of pain. Attachment is creating the resistance. And you want that love from them. And then you suffer. But you flow away. You let them be. And they may come after you. Because when you give no attention, when you try to force and control love, to give you love, love is a gift of love from the flow of the heart, flow of the river. Less love you get from them. You get nothing. Only suffering and pain. And when you just walk away, you go on the path of least resistance. You work on yourself, so you become that love. They may come after you, because you are not forcing and pushing at them. And now they may come after you, and they want you, because you are not forcing and pushing. You are not resisting. I did this with my twin. Actually, our Facebook friendship ended because I don't know why should she be on my Facebook. She's watching my videos, but she cannot even like a video of a teacher that she loves. And she afraid, she cannot express herself. She wanted to lie and gaslight and pretend like masculine energy wants if it's separated from the heart. I just didn't resist. I didn't try to control. I didn't try to make it happen. When she first time said, no, now we won't meet. There's something in me. Something is fucking with me. Yes, your mind is resisting. But she offered resistance. I know love is a gift from the heart. And I just didn't do anything else but teaching others not to suffer out of attachment, not to resist love that is not given, so they would also live with the flow and they would not suffer in love. And actually I was just flowing on my way, being a teacher, working on love that I am, on that what is in my heart. It was sign that I have to work on myself, and I didn't give her no attention. She didn't flew back to me, but I became love, full and complete myself. And then actually I saw she's liking my videos when I went live, and like this, not liking, but watching, but she cannot even press like to a human being that you like on Facebook. And I ended the friendship. I will not. There was a resistance in me. I don't want this. She doesn't respect me like I respect her. And I don't even know. We are in a heart one that I am. And I just didn't understand what is the purpose of Facebook friendship here. We are one, and I am that one, and she has to know that one also, that she can become that one, and maybe then we unite. And I offered no resistance, no nothing. And then when was resistance to me, I actually don't want her to watch my videos, and if she cannot respect even me as a teacher. And other guys and girls are running after their twin, offer so much resistance, control, force, and they suffer. Attachment is a root cause of pain. Offering resistance is a root cause of pain. Well, I just removed her. And I am loved, and I am teaching love, that I am. And this is how it is. I don't offer no resistance anywhere. Wherever in life somebody says no, it doesn't feel right maybe in my heart, even if they promise something. I don't try to control, I don't make it happen, because they are not flowing to me from the heart. I would have to force, I would have to resist, I would have to build up karma that I don't want. I flow like a river. I flow like a river. Whatever feels right to me, I flow. Doing videos feels right to me, writing feels right to me, going to the city, once a city, play a flute, do healing on people there. This feels right to me. Write poetry feels right to me. Meditation feels right to me. Commenting really doesn't feel right to me, but I do it. There I feel little resistance, because I know I'm ancient spiritual master and answer is within. And they are only resisting with their mind, and answer is finding the silence of the mind. Whatever doesn't feel right to you as resistance, you shouldn't do. Messenger, the worst thing to me. When I get in Messenger, I feel such resistance in me. It's something I'm not created for, not even phones, not this. I'm ancient soul. Well, not ancient soul, we all are, many are, but I'm unique. And resistance is in me. And where is resistance in you? If others want you to do something, we are now with the flip side. It's not only about you trying to control others. If you're trying to control others, and like in love, if there is resistance in love, love may be flowing from both of the hearts. Love may be flowing from both of the hearts. But then the other one resists and is attached and afraid that they will lose love. It's like a girl that bought a little cat, and then she took the cat home, and in a car she suffocated the cat with love, so the cat died. That's what resistance does. She's so attached to the cat, so attached that she was squeezing the cat and squeezed the life out of the cat. And same is in love. Attachment is the root cause of pain. And then we try to control, then we try to force and resist, and nothing is wrong. Out of fear of losing, out of fear is afraid that we will lose that person in 1 year, and then she tries to make conditions and demands and expectations and a lot of force and resistance. And like little girl suffocated the cat in a car out of resistance with her love, so also resistance in a loving relationship. You can suffocate the love, and the other one will run away because they love you, they want to give you love, but you are all trying to control, forcing, afraid of the future that is not now here. We always offer resistance, that we want something which is not now here. It can be heaven now, but we are afraid we will not be fulfilled and have a life that our mind expect in 1 year, and we destroy the relationship. We suffocate the relationship out of resistance. We go against the flow in the future, like this little cat, the relationship dies. And it's like this. To flow without resistance in a relationship, when they are giving you love, when they are in the mood to give you love, where you are giving love, you're giving love to each other because there's no resistance to each other. And that's why first 3 months when lovers get together, it's really beautiful and it works, because the love is flowing from the heart, there's no resistance. But then fears and control and force, and they try to force, and problems come out of resistance. And then the relationship can be destroyed. And if you are like, if you are in a relationship that doesn't work anymore, and it worked for 15 years, it doesn't matter. If they are not giving you anymore that love, that fulfillment, that attention, if you feel you try to get it, you don't get it, nothing changes. You just have to accept it. More you try to force it and control it and resist and get it, more even you can get even hate. You can get the cold darkness. You can get everything but love, and then you get suffering. Resistance is suffering. And then you suffer maybe for years with them. You cannot let go. The relationship is over and you want them back and you suffer. You may kill yourself out of resistance. Or you remain in a relationship and you suffer. There's resistance in you, resistance in another. You want to control, you want to force, you want to make it happen that they give you love. Now you suffer for years. But if you see your heart hurts. Love is over, the experience is over. Love was flowing from their heart to you, but now love is no more flowing to you from their heart. It's over. More you control it, more suffering you get. And you can only, like a river, flow away with a path of least resistance. And path of least resistance is to get the fuck out of there and be by yourself and heal that attachment, heal that wound. Don't try to force, don't try to control, don't try to make it happen and resist. You will suffer for years. And then in few months you can heal your heart by the assistance of all divine energies and the source, and by your offering of no resistance. First of all, by you offering no resistance and no control, no force, but allowing to heal. And that's what I did when my twin got afraid of meeting after such strong, intense union within. I went on healing my heart, going with the flow, and I knew I'm a spiritual master. I knew that I cannot offer resistance, and I cannot control and make love happen and force. I was teaching things that I teach now to my brothers and sisters. And that time I created the most beautiful twin flame teachings, to teach others not to suffer, not to offer resistance, and in this way healed my heart and became on the next level of ascension, next level of enlightenment. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love myself. And I love my twin. She's in my heart. She feels it, and that's why she's so afraid, because so intense. I feel her, but I am full and complete myself, so who do I feel? Love that I am, because I offered no resistance. We could suffer and fight, and I tried to make it happen, and messenger fight, and then I would not be a teacher in example. And it was actually the greatest test to test the Zen master that I am. So that's why. And regardless what it is, if you are working on your purpose, if you are trying to do greatest thing in this world, try to make it happen. Do like I do. I'm being myself. I'm never going against my heart. And I don't expect to be superstar tomorrow, superstar teacher, world-renowned teacher. I know that I'm spiritual master, enlightened that I am, and I know I'm on the level that many who are famous are not. And I know that I am right where I have to be, and I flow like a river. I know I'm on the level that I am, but I know I'm doing the best that I can, the best service, the greatest teachings, the deepest teachings, sometimes even giving more profound, like the most liked videos on the YouTube. And I do it the best I can, with no resistance, in the moment, being the truth that I am, with no resistance, on the path of least resistance. I give the word to you, and the greatest service I'm doing with no resistance. I don't expect nothing to happen. I don't say I should be now more famous. I should pay I don't know what. I should have million subscribers. I should have 3,000 likes. I don't say this. I say I am the truth that I am, spiritual master that I am, and I'm teaching from the heart about the flow, and I'm doing the best that I can do so others can also get activated and maybe choose to go with the flow. And when people offer me cooperation and then they fuck up, they have no integrity, I don't run after them and blame them and point fingers and try to make it happen. I say, you have promised to the source, not to me. You given the word to the source. If you keep your word not, I offer no resistance. I go and I give you my word. Wherever is life, there is resistance in environment and whatever you're trying to achieve. You try to control force and you blame. I could blame. I should be famous now. I am in the heavenly glory, famous. I cannot be more, just like you. I'm divine magnificence. And I am speaking out of love that I am, out of divine magnificence that I am, out of word that I am. I'm all glorious and all famous, flowing like a river. And I'm offering no resistance. Man, I should control, and there's little bit resistance and little bit anything. I just let it be. I let it be. And regardless what they promised to me, it hurts. Wherever there's resistance, I go away. I flow like a river. And where is resistance in me? And that's why I'm so strange in comments. Because I feel the energies in the comments and I feel there's a resistance in me. I don't want that. And that's why I also remove people that do not feel right. Because they actually always invoking some resistance in me. Their energy doesn't feel right. That's why I'm so selective. And you really have to know in life. Because when others want things from you, when others come in your energy, when you're doing things in your life, and there's a resistance in you, you feel within you that the river of your life doesn't want to flow in that direction. But in your mind you calculate, you think this is good if I do. In your ego you blame yourself for who you are and that you are not a good person, and you go against your heart. No. Where there's resistance in you, whatever they want, whatever is happening, like you see me. Sometimes nobody even understands why there was a resistance in me, and I told them something. I know, like every Zen master, spiritual master know, I activate the answer within that may be revealed after some years. No problem. You don't have to know. There's a resistance in me and I have to. And then all people who are offering resistance, they walk away. And I never do things. You should never do things that others want from you, and there's resistance in you, you don't want to do it. This means your river of life doesn't want to flow in that direction, and you should say no. This doesn't feel right to me. As if you do it, you're going against your heart. You are flowing against the river of your heart, you know. No, no. And because human beings live in the mind and then don't trust what they feel and calculate, I should do it like this, so I will get this certain particular result, and this is the right thing to do. I'm not a good person if I don't do it. And this is how you already feel it, this grinding of the mind resistance. And then we disregard how we feel. We flow against our heart. And others control us. Or out of benefit, because you think you have to do it, that you will get that, and it's okay because otherwise you will lose this, and you are at the wrong place. You are flowing there where there's so much resistance, but in your mind, you flow against your heart. No, you should. Always, when you want to go with the flow, if you are flowing from the heart like a river, I give you my word, you will see something strange now, but this is the flow. I don't have a glass, I don't have here anything, but I'm thirsty. So the path of least resistance looks like this. Why complicate? And I'll search for that and fuck up all the video. If I could just show you the path of least resistance. I just drank from the teapot. Who gives a fuck? Like this, And that's whatever others want from you, whatever your mind thinks that is right and is the best, if it feels in your heart like no, you say no. You feel the resistance within. You should follow your heart. And that's my final point about the flow. To be in the flow of life. To flow like a river. And the part that I was speaking before goes for your friends, for your family, for work, for everything, not only romantic relationships, but everything. But in romantic relationship, you are offering so much resistance, and so much resistance is offered. So, yeah. But what is being a flow? To be in a flow means that you don't follow your worries, your fears, your guilt, your survival instinct, your lack. To go with the flow is that you never go against your heart, even how much you are afraid and how much mind is afraid and blames you, and all the worst case scenarios come on, and attachments. No. You have to, if you want to flow, you have to know what feels right to your heart and where your heart wants to flow. And then you flow like a river from the heart. And from the heart, and on the path of least resistance. And you trust, and you have faith, and you're flowing from the heart. The river of your life, if you're flowing from your heart, is to take you to the promised land and sustain you with life on the way when you flow from the heart. You don't want to go to that shores, to stay on that shores. Old comfort zone on the shores. Out of fear, You If you flow against your heart, you go on the shore. Out of fear, out of guilt, out of worries, out of survival, lack, out of all that insecurities and everything in the mind. You never, for any reason, for whatever others want, for whatever your minds want or is afraid or whatever, you never flow against your heart. Never, ever, 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 ever. And you remain on the shore. You just flow from the heart and you say goodbye to the shores. You are not attached to the shore with fear, with guilt. You have to trust and have full faith. And you flow from the heart as your heart desires on the path of least resistance. Never go against your heart. Flow against your direction. Out of fear, out of guilt, out of all the mental control and everything. No. And you have to trust and have faith that if you follow your heart, you flow like a river from the heart, and you go on the path of least resistance, and you trust that you are the best that you can be, flowing the best that you can, learning the best, right there where you are, living in the moment, that you just flowing from the heart with the path of least resistance, never following fear, guilt, and all these old programs in the mind, that the river of life is to sustain you, and you have full trust and full faith, and you just don't go against your heart for any reasons, for any fear, for any guilt, for whatever the fuck other want, for whatever your mind is afraid to lose, and like this. You have to be ready, to let go of the shores. And shores may be previous relationship, previous work, previous way of life, previous old family, everything. Old self, everything. If you are attached to the shores, oh God, if you are attached to the shores, you know what happens. You remain on the shore, you flow against your heart for any of these reasons. Trust and have faith. And wherever's resistance, and you just flow from the heart. Wherever's resistance from you and others, you flow in other direction, in the path of least resistance, as water is flowing naturally. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm always living with the flow. I never go against my heart. I conquer my fears, my worries. I trust. I do what is in my heart. I never go there where others resist. If there's resistance and I would have to push and control, I just move the other way. If there's resistance in me, no one can control me, make me do what I don't want to do. My fears also not. And I'm not doing what doesn't feel right to me, like Messenger and all these things, and Facebook Live. Facebook Live, I'm being alive now. I'm creating value on Facebook, but not all these things that people want on Facebook from me. There's resistance in me. You should never go against your heart. And I trust and have faith that if I flow like a river, like this video, flowing for you from the heart, that at the right way, at the right time, my river of life flowing from the heart is to take me to my greatest destinations, to the promised land on the path of least resistance. And I'm in the moment flowing from the heart, giving you the word that I am about the flow. And this is what I have to say today about the flow. So just flow like a river. Be like water. My love, be like water. Water can flow and water can crash. Water has no resistance. Water becomes the cup if water comes in a cup. Water just resists not the environment, becomes the environment and just flows through the environment in a path of no resistance. And water may look like a cup, but water never becomes a cup, always becomes water, and water shapes the environment just by flowing through environment with no resistance. Environment is shaped. Water doesn't care. I don't care what is behind 2 miles. I just see until next curve. And I know that on the next curve, my river of life is to take me on the path of least resistance. And whatever doesn't feel right to me as resistance in me, I speak out. I remove the resistance. I choose the path of least resistance. I'm very sensitive. And I teach others about that. I don't control anyone, push anyone, try to force anyone, resist anyone, and no one can resist me, force me, try to change my direction, control me. I follow the flow of my heart, and I don't resist the flow of others. If I'm in their energy, I don't expect things. If they say no, it's not right to me, I don't do that. I say, okay, I love you. I love you that you trust what you feel in your heart and you flow from the heart, and thank you for telling me. Because I only want you to feel good, because when we both feel good, when I ask you something to do for me and it feels good to you to do it, we both are flowing like a river, each other doing just that. And I love you, I want you to feel right, because if you would try to make me do what doesn't feel right to me, I would tell you the resistance in me, and I respect resistance in others. And I offer no resistance, and no one can offer me resistance. I flow from the heart on the path of least resistance, and that's happiness and that's joy. And that's the video today. I love you. So be in a flow like a river of life with no resistance. Just flow like a river. And where there's resistance, just flow there naturally. Where it flows with least resistance, and you just, from the heart, the best that you can, the best that it goes. It's like cutting wood. You don't stop cut wood, but you cut wood in a way that is least resistance, least trouble. Like I drank water before. Everything I choose to do, if it's a little bit crazy and looking like weird, I don't give a fuck. I just do it the way that is easiest and least resistance. And when do it like that, and when others offer resistance, flow away and never flow against your heart. There's resistance in you. Say no and flow from the heart on the path of least resistance. And I'll be giving you videos every day because I love you. And I want you to flow like a river from the heart with no resistance, forever happy in the flow, free of all resistance. Because all resistance is guilt, fear, control in the mind, and there's suffering. Resistance is the root cause of suffering, comes out of attachment. But when you flow like a river, you respect, you never go against your own resistance. Where there's resistance in you, you don't do it. You never go against your heart. And when you respect the resistance of others, and you go on a path of least resistance always. You don't control and change and force anything, and you don't go against your heart. You are happy, you are nirvana, you are joy, you are love. You know. And I bless you and thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for putting up with me. But this is me. When I feel resistance in me, I say, and may you flow from the heart. And I'll be giving you videos every day. You're precious to me. And like if anyone wants to offer a donation to the art of the word that I am, do know that I'm just flowing from the heart, trusting the river of my life, art of the word that I am, and that without of your donation there would be no art of the word that I am. But I trust in the flow of the word that I am, and on the shores I trust and have faith that whoever in the heart desires with no resistance is to offer me a donation. And I'm grateful like a little child, because without of you I would not be able to do anything. But I don't control anyone, force anyone, manipulate anyone to give me a donation. I flow like a river, and I allow universe, your heart source, whoever it is, out of joy. Like I'm giving out of joy with flow, with no resistance. Also, if anyone wants to offer a donation out of love with no resistance, do know that without of you there would be no art of the word. And I'm grateful from the heart, and I trust in my heart, and I'm so grateful for you. May you reach enlightenment, may you flow from the heart, but my teaching cannot help you. If you walk away wherever is resistance in you, you flow like a river away, and resistance in others, in environment, you save yourself, you teach yourself, you master yourself. I'm only giving you the word and light codes that activate your heart to flow like a river. But I also do white light source healing on every beautiful heart who ever offered me a donation, because you've given me a gift of love out of joy of your heart, with no resistance, with a flow. And I will not chat with you, I will not speak with you, I'll not do anything. I do what I do, and you've given me something just for that. And I connect with your energy. I do quantum white light source healing, baby, on your being, your divine being, and I surprise you. It's quantum healing. You don't need to stand still. You don't need appointment. That's beyond time and space, baby. But you, I feel better. You are to feel it. Maybe you think about me or not. But my healing is strong. I am the conduct, the instrument of the white light, and all the light and love. But how well you receive, if you have faith in yourself, and in the healing energy through me and the healer, but in yourself. And if you do, that changes. If you really choose to let go whatever is resistance, you heal yourself. You heal yourself, because all suffering and pain and what needs to be healed within and in the body is just the result of offering too much resistance. Softening resistance. And when you flow like a river on a path of least resistance, you save yourself, you heal yourself. And I'm so grateful for every single donation. I do white light healing quantum session on you. But you heal yourself when wherever is resistance in you and in others and environment, you just flow on the path of least resistance. And I give you my word, flow of the heart. And everyone, one more time, I love you. Feel the flow of love. Much love. Purnamaste. Purnamaste. Let us flow like a river.